everyone, I'm Bree the Plant Lady. Today I'm going to do a demonstration inside showing you how to grow sprouts. Now the reason I'm doing this is actually kind of sad. Really dear friend of mine was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer last week. And you know, it's one of those situations where it's really challenging to even process that information, but then to not be able to like go there and give them a hug and you know, be supportive in person, because this is like a, you know, pretty terrible diagnosis. So I've been trying to figure out how I can be helpful besides, you know, supportive texts and sending cheerful greeting cards and dropping off food. And today we were discussing the benefits of eating sprouts. And in our search for finding a source that could be, you know, either picked up or delivered on a regular basis, I thought, well, I could start growing sprouts for them. I have plenty of seeds and I have an open dining room table. Why not? So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm looking forward to being able to, you know, share this process with all of you, and maybe you can sprout some seeds and eat them and maybe not have cancer as the motivating factor. Okay, so what am I using to do this? Well, I have an interesting vessel. This actually used to be the light fixture in here, and I've used this outdoors because I love glass. And it has a hole in the bottom, you know, from like where it would screw in, so it drains. And I have that sitting on a plate, acting as the saucer. And I have it filled with Soil Cube organic compost. You can use, you know, whatever potting soil you want. And I have pumpkin seeds from all those seminal pumpkins that that I grew and have been eating. I have pea seeds, which I have been soaking in hot tap water to encourage quick germination. And then I have some sunflower seeds, and I'm going to mix all of these together in this so that when I harvest the sprouts, it's, you know, a combination of all of these things. And in theory, this is just going to be, you know, like an every other week process, so I'm really excited for that. But I have 3 cats, and even though they're not allowed on the dining room table, let's face it, if you live with cats, cats go wherever they want. So I just grabbed one of my handy covers that I use for outdoor entertaining, and that's gonna be how I cat-proof this process, so let's keep our fingers crossed that it works. Okay, the process is really simple. I have the soil. I'm gonna grab a handful of pumpkin seeds first, and I'm gonna scatter those on top. I think when you're growing sprouts, the real key here is, you know, you want all this space covered, kind of evenly distributed. I have my sunflower seeds. I'm gonna scatter some of these in. I did a whole pack of, that's mammoth. I'm gonna go ahead and stir these up. Key with getting seeds to germinate is good contact with the soil. So anytime you sow seeds, you know, you just want to make sure that you get them mixed in, with tiny seeds being the exception. Remember, this is not how you would treat poppies. Now it doesn't matter if some of them are showing, because I'm gonna top dress this with a little bit more compost. So that's okay if they're not all covered up. And then my last seed will be the peas. And I think that's probably enough to mix those in. You know, I want to be able to sow these every couple of weeks. So get those just mixed in and around. All right, and now I'm just gonna top dress with some more compost. It doesn't need to be super thick. Now, I, of course, have chosen a white tablecloth, which doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna just water this in lightly, just to make sure that there's good moisture content, even though this compost is already pretty wet. The key for me is gonna be to not have the water overflow in the bottom. And so I really have to pay attention to how much water I apply, because I don't really wanna make a huge mess in my dining room. I think this sangria pitcher is the perfect size for a watering vessel. All right, I'm not gonna add grow lights or anything. I have my dining room table. When it's sunny out, this actually gets an amazing beam of light for several hours in the afternoon from the western sun. And I think that that's actually gonna be sufficient to get these sprouted and going. Now my biggest challenge is what just jumped on the table, and she knows she's not allowed up here. And now that I have actively growing plants, it's going to be even that much more of a process. Get off the table, off the table. Well, I look forward to giving you all updates on my simple sprouting process, and I wish you all the best for good health and much happiness. And thank you so much for watching.